Hi, everybody. So today I wanted to talk to you about energy, and our energy is super important. We all have our own unique energy signature. The way that our brain is actually run on electrical charge. So there's potassium and salt and a whole bunch of other stuff up there transmitting electrical charges that run our brain, which run our heart, which run everything else in our body. So we're very much electrical creatures. So we have an energy field about us at all times. And one of the ways you know your energy field is getting screwed up is when something happens like solar flares, for example. Solar flares we know it affects our technology. Our cell phones can go down, our Wi-Fi can go down, all sorts of problems can happen when there's like solar flares and solar storms and stuff. So that can also happen with our brains. When the energy from the sun is coming down and being weird, we'll just summarize it that way. When it's being weird, it can affect us mentally. It can make us feel forgetful. It just makes our computer brain harder to run, just like it does with these things. Okay? So, our energy fields are unique to us. And they are also affected by how we think and what our emotions are. One of the things about the brain, the more we think a certain way, the more we're prone to think that way. It's like wearing a rut in a road over and over and over again. It's harder to get out of that rut, literally, when you are trying to get into a better frame of thought. So, this energy field stuff, how does that work with the rut in the road? Well, if you're used to thinking in negative terms, then your energy is going to be lower. Scientists have done research on energy vibrations. And the vibrations that are what we would consider the good emotions, love, caring, forgiveness, gratitude, all of those tend to be higher vibrations than, say, sadness, anger, depression, any of the other negative emotions that we have. So we need to look at that vibrational level that we are functioning in. Okay, so if we are vibrating in that low mood, okay, the depression, the anger, the not trusting anybody, the just hate for mankind and womankind and humankind, and we're just living in that, it's a low vibration. And we're going to feel horrible. Think about the last time that you felt one of those emotions. Did you feel good about how you were feeling? We have those as negative emotions because they feel negative to us. Okay? So we've seen that if plants are exposed to higher vibrational energies like love, then they flourish. If they're put into a situation where they're yelled and screamed at and given all that anger and resentment and just basically verbal violence, then we see that those plants don't thrive. So we're doing something with our energy levels. And we can do this intentionally if we become intentional about our energy levels. So if you don't want to be the person who feels and has that negative vibe going on all the time, you can actually raise your vibration. And that's something that you might have heard out in the world. It's becoming very popular. Like good vibes t-shirts are everywhere nowadays. So that's what I'm talking about, good vibes. So how do you get the good vibes? Well, you have to focus on the positive things in your life. You can actually take time to manually train yourself over and over again to live in higher vibrational energy. higher vibrational energy like love and happiness and joy and peace. And living in that higher vibrational energy, you start to be someone who people can tell, oh, that person has something. They have a light within them. Have you ever met one of those people that, you just look at them and you're like, that person has a light in them? Well, that person is probably living in a higher vibrational status than most of us. So literally, they have a higher energy level, a higher vibrational energy. And speaking of higher vibrational energies, this guy right here has a high vibration, doesn't he? Okay, so, sorry, my cats like to make cameos. All right, so how do we do this? What are we doing, Mandy? Why are we doing this? How do we do this? Well, first of all, you're going to feel better. And they found, again with research, there's cattail, we've found that if you have a higher vibration, things like cancer don't tend to grow well in those situations. So you can actually help your physical health by helping this mental health, the vibration, okay? It's all connected, people. It's all connected. And if we can get into a higher vibrational status, I'm not saying that you won't ever experience any type of illness. I hope not. But it makes you more resilient to such things. Okay? So, higher vibration. What do you do? How do you get this? Sounds cool. Let's do it, right? Okay. So, the best way to do this is through gratitude, love, finding those positive emotions and focusing on them and even meditating on them. And that tends to attract kitties when you are doing such things. It tends to attract animals. The animal lovers out there tend to be good people, so they sense our energy levels too. Okay. I'm really going to get to this. My ADD and my cat are combining here. We have gratitude. Let's pick gratitude. Okay, so if we can take a moment and think about 5 things that we're grateful for, and not just like make a little list, mentally picture those things. What are you grateful for? So I could list off 5 things easily. I'm grateful for my cats. I've got 3 of them. That counts for 3, right? And I've got a house, and I've got a wonderful set of friends. So there's 5 things, more than 5, really. But that doesn't lead me to that gratitude. I have to focus on each one of them. What am I most grateful for about them? So Mr. Nugget right here, the flying cuddle monster, well, I'm grateful that he can read my energy and my emotions, and he comes to me and snuggles me when I need it. Or when he's having a good day. Or when he's having a bad day. Or when, it's Tuesday. So I'm very grateful for that. And finding that gratitude, why am I grateful for that? Okay? Because I'm feeling loved by my kitty cat. Okay? That's where we look into the gratitude. We have to go into it as deep as possible. What am I grateful for? Am I grateful for my friends? Absolutely. Yeah, I can name a bunch of friends that I have that I'm super grateful for to have in my life. But I have to focus on each one. What specifically am I grateful for with this person? Okay, we can also do this with love. And think about love. And what type of love do you have in your life? Okay, maybe it is just a cat that you have for companionship. But you also have friends and family out in the world. Think about those people and the love that they have for you and that you have for them. That's where we come from and start raising our vibration out of that anger and resentment and grief and sadness. We can really find peace in our lives because it attracts cats. That's the main reason to do it right there. You're attracting cats, right? So that's my other cat, Sunshine, behind me. So we have the best opportunity to influence our own mental health by raising our vibration, because our vibration, going back to the computer brain thing, right? Our vibration actually influences how well our computer brain runs and how well things are popping off. So if you have something like depression, you may have a chemical imbalance, and you may have something that's not producing enough neurotransmitter, okay? But if you can raise your vibration enough, that makes it easier for those things to transmit, okay? All right. So I'm not going to try and go any deeper than that right now, but you can do a lot with raising your vibration. In the future, I hope to talk about things like Reiki, muscle testing. There's all sorts of stuff you can do with energy work, and that can help you to live a better life, a life of contentment, of peace, actual peace in your life. And it will help you to recognize the places where you don't have that, because it starts to feel so stark as a contrast. Like, ooh, I was feeling really good. Remember we talked about empathy? I was feeling really good, and I just walked into this wall of sadness. What just happened here? Okay? So all of this is super important. If you are raising your vibration on the regular, it gets easier and easier. That rut in the road works two ways, people. So if you're sitting around thinking negative thoughts, my life sucks, I don't have any friends, everybody hates me. If you continue to think that, it gets easier to think over time. But if you continue to focus on love and gratitude and peace and all of those good emotions, that gets easier over time too. You can erase that old rut from the road and make a new one. And the new one can be really positive for you. So give it a try. Ask me questions in the comments if you have any difficulties. And I think you are going to see a difference in how you feel if you keep working on this for a week or two. I can actually promise you that. You will feel a difference. So go ahead and get to work, and good luck. Let me know how you're doing. Bye. And the cats say bye. Goodbye too.